Okay, we're knee deep in surgery. So my wife's cell phone stopped working, specifically the digitizer, so you can move things this way, you can only move it this way. So we've used a hair dryer, we warmed this up, and I somewhat carefully went around and got all that out. And I've taken the screws off over here, these plates over here cover there. Instructions I'm following don't even match, so I think I'm gonna have to find better instructions. One piece that didn't come out right is, I guess I gotta transfer the headphone and the front camera, and it kind of got all bent out when I took it apart. Again, I think I need to find a new video because it doesn't seem to be matching. But I did buy a kit. It came with all the little tools, little tiny screwdrivers and Torx, or a pentalobe. It looks like a Torx, but it's a pentalobe. Whatever how a pentalobe is, that's not gonna work. That's a pentalobe. Tweezers. Hopefully we'll get it fixed. If this works, it was $70. If it doesn't work, it wasn't $70. It's not more than that. So today was Adam's last day. No more Adam. Turn the light off.
Don't move cause I'm stuck like you like sometimes when I feel like when I like the way we're looking in the phantom street light. Oh my god, it's another one down. Street lace town, we can right now.
Thank you. Those bad boys replaced these guys, which still worked and sounded okay, but not as much bass, and we're getting a little rusty. So, thank you, Adam.
And there were no New York.
They're all here in the United States.
Hi, little
There were lots
girl.
of Paris, but none in New York.
You
I
know,
was very distraught.
So, I'm at the Home Depot, and if I was to do the right thing for my air conditioning I'm installing this weekend, I would buy 50 feet of 10-2. But it's $137. Or I can use my 20 amp 12.2 that I have at home, and if I were to buy a new one, it would be $70. So I think I'm gonna do the right thing for my pocketbook and use my existing cable. And maybe someday at a later date, if I feel like doing the Brightbird thing, I'll come back when that number is more like that number. My garage is 24 feet across, so I know that that won't work, period. I don't need 100 feet, so I need like 38, 40 feet would do it, but Jesus Christ. And of course, you don't want to cut anything because that costs even more. Great. Well, I bought 2 of those, but they're locked up, despite me telling the lady I was going to come right out if she could just unlock 2. She'd save herself a trip, so here I am waiting outside. But look at what I found here. I found the world's largest human hamster wheel. This thing's awesome. I want to buy this. If you're galloping, you use the right side. If you're just going slow, you do the left side. This is great. Well, help me understand where they are. It's potting soil. It's way down there, but no sense in picking that out because that's going to fill the bed, and I'll put the potting soil on top of that. So they have a generic potting soil. It's $2 for 40 pounds, but this shit, wow. I mean, this stuff grows. It doesn't even wait for you to put it, in your planter and it starts growing. It is impressive. She ain't coming out either. That's the stuff I want. That's a miracle. Okay, so this week, Joe and Olivia set up the tomato plants. I think I spoke about that earlier. That's Jack. What's the matter, Jack? Jack. Oh, he probably wants me to defer him again. Yeah, he's nice to me this week. So anyhow, because the tomatoes are going to get really tall, I bought 2 more of these. They were on sale this week. Unfortunately, they come flat. So flat you can't even see them. Here's the second one. So what I need to do is bend those. So all it takes is 1, 2, 3 bends. And it's 4 and 2. But you can see here I didn't do a very sharp job because I did it on the ground, literally. I just bent it. So today I'm gonna use a couple of pieces. One, I'm gonna use the old picnic table here, and I'm gonna use a straight edge, and I'm gonna clamp the crap out of it on the joint. But first I'm gonna heat-elate it. Heat-elate it? Heat it. I'm gonna make it really freaking hot. So I will hit, I think I'm on the outside, the insides of all these, and then make them red hot, and then slide it over so it's across there, and then I'll bend on it, and then I'll repeat 3 more times. So I can't do any worse than that. Maybe I can make it look better. I don't know. It's really freaking humid. It's 70, but it's humid because it just rained. So yeah, my GoPro showed up, but I haven't quite figured out how to use it. So we're gonna use a tripod of the old iPhone on this. Okay, so I think it's coming out pretty good. I think I'll hammer it a little bit, but yeah, I got one more bend to go. I rearranged it on this side. This automatic transmission Jetta flywheel is coming in handy, holding the bad boy down. So we'll give it another go, and I don't know if this is any better than the other, but it's different. Did burn my hand moving that. Stuff gets hot. Okay, so that one's done. We'll repeat the same thing over here. Yeah, it's just slow and going. So my original plan was to bend those tomato cages while I made some ribs on the grill. So better to get to that. It's almost 5 o'clock. But basically, I like to use this old-fashioned starter. I take the local newspaper. This particular one is annoying because I ran the local fireworks for over a decade, and there's an article in there that doesn't even mention me, even though I did the fireworks for entire fucking day 2007 to 19, so more than a decade. Is my name on there? No. Not that I'm bitter, but if I was bitter, you'd know it in my bitter talk. But anyhow, so yeah, there's that, as they say. Pull from front of back. Well, which end's the front? Help me understand. Aha. I cracked it. So basically, this uses the chimney effect. So there's a little bit there at the bottom. Pour the coals on the top. Light said local rag newspaper. I don't know where she gets her facts from. I have a feeling somebody who's not my biggest fan. Still, also doesn't mention Dave Obel, and he started the fireworks with the person they did mention. So, yeah. Okay, so I think I've almost got this started. So just basically let that go for a few minutes. Let's blow the flame out. Well, as they say, watched coal never burns. That's probably bullshit. And then, yeah, there we go. Those coals will be ready in a few minutes. Hey, Jack, how's it hanging? You badass MF. Just to be clear, he got fixed, so there's nothing hanging there. He's got a little better about that. Let's see if we can pet him. Okay. He's really happy with me because I took a wire brush and I brushed off huge amounts of black fur on him a couple days ago. He was in love with me. So he probably still thinks I'm doing it. Yeah, he's got that look that said, you fuck. Well, about 10 years ago, I put these duals up. They're not bad, and they still sound okay. They're getting a little aged. And a colleague at work, they were throwing out more stuff, and he didn't have use for these, so he gave these to me. So they got a little more bass. They're not rusty. They got this stick right here. It's chrome, so that's worth about 5 horsepower. I definitely appreciate the bass. They're a little more efficient. Not the old ones are bad. So hopefully those will be there for another 10 years. Looks like it might rain again. Let's go tend to the ribs. Okay, so it's Saturday. Today's the day. That's the unit. It's going to attach to that bracket on that wall, and the hoses, the power, everything will come out of here. So the hole's 20 inches from there. Approximately, I centered it here. Will I regret that? Probably. How the fuck? I'm looking at this curve. That's gonna be, I'm gonna have to worry about that later. Of course, the instructions don't show this bracket. They show completely different brackets. So I'm just kind of going off the fact that they basically all say 150 millimeter to the ceiling. Yes, it's all in metric. That's 6 inches. So as long as I have at least 6 inches, and I think that's so that you can get into here to clean these filters easily. Plus the airflow comes from the ceiling down. That's the ceiling down. So then I have pictures. This is the picture of the wall. Now, what's interesting is I double studded it alternating. So there's studs every other, and then there's another stud here and here. So I have to make sure I miss this stud, and this stud. Everything's 16 on center. It's just offset by like 8 inches. So I know where this is because this is here. So this is right there, is that stud, and it's double studded all the way through. Oh, I established a center line between that speaker and there. So I want it like centered line there, though theoretically I can move it over lots. So stud on the inner, so I can put it anywhere in here, except I gotta watch this stud right here. Then there's another one here. So I can put it here, or I can put it here, or I can put it here. I gotta match this, so maybe I should put it here. And then I've yet to figure out the height here. I think, yeah, this bracket is completely out of bounds with that. So I don't even miss the bracket. So the bracket, I think, will end up somewhere around here. And then I'm gonna be over there. So that's a big question. It'd be nice if that just hung there. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys send me comments and everything, but do I center between the windows or do I center between the speaker and the other? It's not a big deal either way. So I think you guys, I'm checking the comments, they're live. Yeah, I'm gonna go between the two windows and see how that works out as far as the hole here. So thanks for the input. Okay, well, you can kind of figure out where I decided to put the hole. I'm gonna go outside and see what it looks like out there. The unit's gonna fall below the speaker, so I decided to put it back kind of where it is, although it's shifted over an inch or so. So I'm gonna check the other side. And then the next thing is I'm gonna put a coat hanger wire in with a hook. That's the distance between here and here. Just kind of wiggle it around and see what happens. Because I want to make sure the I'm not hitting any studs and I just happened to miss it, but she went right through. That's a 18-inch drill bit, so we can be pretty assured it's coming out the other side. So through the wizardry of video, yeah, we're outside. Even those seconds ago we weren't. And well, let's see. There, oh yeah, there you go. There's a drill bit sticking out. So yeah, that's where she's gonna go. And it looks like the siding is kind of where I wanted it, I guess. At least it's not on the edge completely. So this fence is really close to my property and makes things a joy because yeah, so the ladder, I gotta jam it up against the fence, then climb up sideways to get up there. But fortunately, all I really need to do at this point is just make the hole. So I'm gonna make the hole from the outside in and the inside out. And that's what the pilot hole is. One, to make sure I'm not going through anything major, but two, to allow me to drill from both sides, because I don't have an extension for this shank on the hole saw that I'm using. Okay, the hole is right where I wanted her. So I can see outside now. Next up is to hang the bracket for the air handler upstairs. Then shove everything through the hole. I still got to figure out from the Chinese instructions what's supposed to seal that. I don't think they provided it. But it looks like I got to measure it, but the pipes are going to come down about 1.5 feet to near where the top of the ladder is, and then I just need the 16 feet. So I think I'm going to end up mounting her right here-ish, so that I can come pretty much straight down. If I ever enclose this, which I plan to make a little lean-to for the snowblower and stuff when I get rid of this wood, I could just kind of go around her. This doesn't get much water at all because of the underhang, and then this protects everything. So this is also a convenient spot because it's partially protected by the trees. You don't want hot summer light on there. Plus, she weighs 150 pounds, so being able to stand on the ground and pick it up will make sense. Yeah. Okay, we got the pipe out the window, so next point is to push it through. It's getting there. Okay, so we have this magnificent setup to support this. I got the back up here to support. Now all we have to do is rotate and clip on there. Put tape nowhere near where it needs to go. No, I guess it does, clip, and here, so we can align those. And hopefully we'll have this up on the wall. Then it's a matter of taking this plastic off, hook it up to electricals underneath here. I hopefully have enough line. That's why I want to hook up to electricals now, to make sure I have enough cable before I suck it through. The power is actually drawn from the downstairs unit, which will have 240 volts, 20 amps. Okie dokie, pretty much all the indoor work is done. When I'm done, we'll move that stuff over, but that's what she looks like. She's not exactly level, but I knew that and didn't care too much, though now that I look at it, that's a problem. Because the water's got to flow this way. Well, we may be taking that down, looking at that closer. But yeah, she's up. Okay, so got the bracket up. Got this about 5 feet off the ground. There. She's bolted there. Whoops. She's bolted 5 bolts, 3 on the top, 2, 7 bolts. That one's a little tight because that's not supposed to be that way. You see my electrical line's all ready to go. They'll be off the ground, somewhat shaded, and maybe I could build a roof on top or something, I don't know, but at least get it out of the way to clean that out a little bit. And of course, nothing was 16 on center, so we had to get creative. I think I got some of the 2x4s, but I put blacking, so big pieces of wood in there all along here and here. Can't really see them. There we go. So that had 2 inches to get into, and then those are all screwed. So she ain't going anywhere. I'd hang off that all day long. So the next step is fit on top of the brackets, and then there's some rubber isolators over here I gotta figure out how to put in. Looks like they bolt from the bottom and slide up. I'm not sure. I didn't make sure that's exactly 23 inches across and the brackets are 23. At least they were when I marked them. So this is gonna be heavy. This is 48 kilograms. Oh, and I did bend the lines out. I got plenty of length there. So the coils look pretty good except for right here. I bought in the Amazons this little thin combs, so I'm gonna try and comb that out. So that's before. Okay, well, it's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So. Okay, so I got the electrical line from up there fed through here into there. It's pretty easy. You just follow 1, 2, 3 ground, put the strain relief. Same thing for the feed. This is going to go into the box, which I think I'll probably put right there. And they'll have ground hot and hot. I did hook up the lines. These are not tightened yet, and not tightened up there. This is kind of a challenge. I kept getting caught on everything. There's a port right here that I'll attach to here with the gauges, and then draw a vacuum down, make sure it stays down for a while. Fun fact, the evaporator upstairs, the head unit had a charge in it, so out came Freon that I didn't expect when I took the end off. That was kind of fun. But we're gonna order a kit that will look like a gutter, and that's gonna connect all the way there. And I double checked, it opens up so I can put it around the pipe. I don't have to slide it over things stupid like that. So hopefully we'll be pulling on a vacuum in a bit. And then I gotta run the electrical. Gotta figure out where to mount this and how to route the electrical, but I got all the cable. It's gonna be a 220/20 amp. About the breakers yesterday. So the split HVAC is kind of on pause for a moment. I put the electrical box, I've hung it, I've run the cable to there. This will feed right into there. I gotta put a watertight fitting there, and I need to make a hole and put a fitting over there. I've run the wire to this stud bay. The problem is this. It's a weird size. So what you normally do is you connect your lines, torque them the right torques, typical, the torques. Then you pull a vacuum here, or you put nitrogen in there and pull a vacuum. Basically, you're testing the lines to make sure they work. So you pull a vacuum, and then close this off. There's a Schrader valve, so it will keep a vacuum. Then you open these, and then you open the valves up, letting the charge come out. But again, my fitting doesn't fit, so I've ordered a mini split adapter. Apparently, this is a known thing, not known to me. Meanwhile, I'm gonna figure out how to do torque wrenches on this. So I'm supposed to tie this to certain pressure. My torque wrenches normally go on sockets, not this. So I think I get some crow's feet, use it there. I looked on the Amazon, it's like $150 for a torque wrench with an open wrench. So I don't want to spend that much. The risk is if you over tighten it, it will leak. If you under tighten it, it will leak. So pretty much it's gonna leak. That's gonna come on Wednesday or Thursday, hopefully. So then I also ordered a gutter like cover that goes all the way up to the top. So they'll allow me to weather seal that, as well as make it look pretty. It'll look like a gutter, except it's not. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned it, but it closes around, so I don't have to like open the lines up and pull it through or anything silly like that. So soon. It was hot today. It would have been nice to have AC. So I'm hanging with my friend Skittles, and I just gave him some guacamole, and Skittles likes guacamole. Don't you like a guac? Not sure how to get Skittles in here. Skittles is probably a criminal because he's behind bars. You gonna talk for me? He's got a big nose, this Skittles. Oh, you want to bite me? He wants to bite me. Bark, bark, bark. You got guacamole lips. Let's get some more guacamole, okay? Guacamole? Want some guacamole? You like the guac? Give me that back. Hey, give me that back. So 3.5 years ago, I kind of tossed the doors in. My daughter's doing the trim in the inside of the closet. So I needed to move this flush on both sides and get it closed properly. So I've undone it, and I've got my jig in there to hold it flat to the wall. And I'm gonna reinsert my screws after I put the shims in the right place. Going through there, I'll go through here, down here, plus those hold them in place. Once I get this in place and it's level this way, level this way, we'll check on the door. Then we'll make sure this is level, the top piece, which doesn't seem to be level, and then we'll do the side. And after that, we'll move on to that door, and then we'll move on to that door. But they haven't fallen off, but one door here didn't close properly to begin with. Okay, so the two doors are done. Got one, the door closes properly. My gap is fairly even all the way around. The door frames are flush with the wall on the outside. I ended up putting a screw here, 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 down there, and then repeat. I just kind of, they're 4/8 screws, so they're gonna hold in there. Replace the molding my daughter put up. Put that back up. Gotta nail that in there. So you can slam the door now. Imagine that. Females in my house slamming doors. Never happened. Then over here, the other closet, the wall's not straight, so can't really fix that easily, but door closes properly. Over here, ooh, I gotta cut that out. This was kind of convoluted because it's a pain. You gotta, you want to be vertical, and you want to be vertical this way, and you want this to be horizontal. I put this big piece of wood in there, a little less than an inch, stabilize that. And of course, you're dealing with the idiosyncrasies of things not being straight to begin with, like the walls aren't exactly straight. But she opens, she closes. So, and then that door, I gotta do that door. I think this door's pretty good. Let's see if it closes. Hey, it closes. So, we got all the trim in the garage. Oh, that's nice. I don't understand how that happens. I don't even walk up in the attic up there. There's no floor over there. Great.